So you saw the contest announcement on Twitter.
Yeah.
See, I don't even remember how we announced it, but obviously we used Twitter.
I kept the screenshot.
Okay.
I know the words.
See, I don't remember much of this at all.
Yeah. And I remember why I wanted it so bad. I wanted it because I wanted to make you smile. I wanted you.
Now, why did you care about that? So first of all, you knew about me?
Yes.
Before that? How
Yes,
did
I
you
knew
know?
about you before that for a long time, but I never followed you because I'm not following everybody. It's just a habit.
So how did you know? How did you come across my work?
Lawrence Fox, he sent me the link on the same day. And that day I was thinking, why didn't
Right, but you, sorry to interrupt you, but you said that when he sent you the link, did you already know about my work?
Yes.
You
definitely.
did. How did you, and so what, the videos, or had you read my previous book?
Lectures, no lectures. I was listening to your art lectures.
I see. Okay, you were listening to my lectures on art. Okay.
Yeah, you gave a lecture in Toronto Museum, I think.
Yes.
That's the one I love. I've listened to it 3 times, I think.
I think that was in Ottawa at the National Gallery. And
yes,
I did one at the National Gallery, and I did one on the meaning of music at a museum in Toronto, but that's not the one you're referring to.
No, I wish I could find it. I need to find it. I need the links as well. So I went ahead, I went downstairs, and I knew I can't do that in drawings. So what I did at the time, I would do photo montages, black and white photo montage, meaning I would make a list of keywords, something I need for that. And I knew I need a sky, I knew I need a guy and a special character, not just any guy. I wanted him to be proud and what's the word? Slightly arrogant.
This was the first rule.
The first rule, yeah.
Do not carelessly denigrate social institutions or creative achievement. And I sent out suggestions, right? The suggestion was a tarot card.
Yeah, you sent one tarot card.
From the Rider deck. I believe it was the Rider deck.
So I would create that, and then I would just start searching the web. And that could be a photo, that could be part of the painting. I would just collect in very chaotic way, very neurotic and chaotic for 3-4 hours. I'll just pick up the stuff. Everything I see useful, everything I see fit, I would collect. Then I see a plain page that is scary. And I knew that I'm gonna see 12, not 1. Usually I see 1. I would have to deal with 12. And I knew I can't do it. But usually I'll drop myself into the well. I'll just drop myself into something impossible and see if I can survive. That's what I do. So I photo montage this out of pieces, just like the mosaic. That's why I spoke of making a mosaic from center out. I would find the heart of the image and I'll work towards the edges. Then I'll have to flawlessly integrate them into each other. There are probably hundreds. Yeah, there is 100 pieces here from all sorts of sources.
And why did you decide to use a photo montage rather than draw?
My thing. It's my thing. He told me just do your thing. That's what you do best.
Okay.
That's how you see things.
Okay, so bring the image up again. Let me make some comments about it, and I can tell you. Okay, so I like the melody of the main figure. There's something musical about it, and about the way that I guess it's the lines of the standing figure and the dog and the butterfly. It fits harmoniously together, and you got it right to have him looking up into the sky like he's preoccupied, and even though he's hypothetically about to step off this cliff. The way that you produce this is similar to the way that I write, because I collect all sorts of things and then I array them and then I edit them and edit them and edit them and edit them and edit them until I can't edit them anymore, and then I'm done. So when I saw this, the first thing I believe I thought was that it was beautiful, and that was a necessary criteria for my satisfaction. And it was, there's nothing about your drawings that are foolish or trivial. And I like the classic element. And so when I saw this, well, I was very happy. I thought, well, that'll be a beautiful addition to the book. So you sent the Fool.
You speaking my language, first of all, every word to word. That's exactly how I feel. I had to create shape-wise something harmonious, perfectly harmonious. It has to be balanced out perfectly, otherwise it's junk. And
That's very difficult to do. You see people often when they make a portrait, even very talented people, can't array the multiple, if there's multiple figures, they can't array the multiple figures together so that they look either like they're dancing, let's say, like they're related to each other properly. They look like separate figures sort of stuck on a page. And certainly that isn't the case with your illustration of the Fool.
And often people would ask me who I'm inspired by. No one. They would not believe me. It's definitely look like that, or it's definitely look like Dor, or it's definitely look like this guy. And the guys definitely look like my brother. It's none of those things. I never get inspired by visuals. I get inspired by music.
Uh-huh.
So here we come a full circle, because I always knew that I have to choose either music or drawing. It's two things. And I knew I have to choose because when you're little, grown-ups would say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Which implies you have to choose. And I didn't want to choose.
Well, it's so interesting that you think of your drawings musically, given that that's how they struck me.
And that's how they struck you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, word to word. So what I do is I put my music and I work only to music, nothing else. I have no ideas, and I'm trying to turn my head off. I'm not thinking. During this chaotic picking, I have to analyze like good, bad, bad, bad.
Right,
good.
right.
Okay. But then when it's all done, it's pretty much like what actors do, master actors with method acting. They just collected all this information.
Yeah.
They know everything about, they dressed up and they just being, and I can't control this. When I attach those things, I'm just the tool. I can't think. Once I started thinking, I'm ruined it.
Right. Well, yeah. Thinking is perhaps reserved for critical judgment rather than creative production.
Yeah.
You have to open yourself up to a kind of attention. And it's interesting that, you say you collected a very large number of items to work with. It's initial overproduction followed by selection. And that's another thing useful for people who are listening to this or watching it might want to know. Like when I write way more than I keep. And then I can select. And so I don't constrain myself to begin with. I can write down whatever I want, knowing full well that I'm going to modify it or throw much of it away. So I had images in mind, photographs, paintings that captured the theme of what I wanted to portray in the illustration for the chapter. And so as we progressed through the 12, I had sent an image or two or three, perhaps, I don't exactly remember, that sort of hinted at what I was looking for. And so then you worked off that initial suggestion, but you produced something that was in that vein, but not by any means the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's show everybody the illustrations one by one and talk about each of them. So we saw number one, the Fool.
Yeah, I had much more, obviously. I had much more. I had mountains, I had extra stuff, and I always minimize it. Not necessary, out, not necessary, out. I simplified it completely.